mentioned migraines. So my wife used to take Amitrex, and they were severe. I mean, to the point where she would have to lay down and get nauseous. How, you had mentioned that it helps with migraines. How so?
Well, I think we would need a combination on this one. We also sell a tincture, and a tincture, what that does, it helps with your mood, and it's been known to really help with migraine headaches. And when you use the cream tandemly, the cream is going to help on the outside, penetrating through the sides and through the top and through the earlobe. So it's going to help take the edge off of that headache. But we find people with severe migraines, if they take a tincture with it, and that could be depending on the milligrams of the person and the size of the person, we have a recommendation, but we always have them try it. And we have many Trustpilot reviews actually from our customers saying that they love our tincture and cream combination to combat that migraine headache.
That's amazing. And then
That's
so when do you use tape? Just on long flights, or is there?
Well, let me tell you, I come from the shoe industry for almost 28 years. And the reason the tape was even invented was my father had neuropathy. And people with neuropathy, it's like walking on level, 9, 10 shard glass. And when we started this business, we really focused on neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, ball spurs, your Achilles hurting. And we found by giving out thousands and thousands of samples at trade shows that this really made a big impact in people's lives. And what the best part of it for us is we're changing lives daily by using this kinesiology tape. Then it was so we launched the tape in 2020, at the end of 2023 into 2024. And it's just been amazing ride for the people. We're changing lives. They're using it on their feet. And in 2024, just to go back just a little bit, we ended up going to a show called the National Trainers Association of America. And when we went to that show, people were like, you have a kinesiology tape that you're only using for the feet. Why not use it all over the body? And after that show, next thing you know, we're on colleges, we're on sporting teams. We opened up the blinders, and it's been a great ride watching it grow.
I know that convention. It's the National Athletic Trainer Association Conference. That's where all the collegiate sports people go. That's where the athletic trainers go. I know that from my son. So yeah, that's great. I'm glad you were there. Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
we were really lucky. We met Dr. Jeff Conan. He's been a big advocate for us. We met Herm Schneider, who was part of the White Sox for 40 years, Hall of Famer, 7 years with the Yankees. We've just been really blessed working with some really great people through our journey.
That's amazing. Go ahead, Jack.
I just had a quick question, Mike. So as a senior, and again, we talked about mobility and golf, and I think one of the things is I mature in life. You said it best. I don't get to the golf course. I don't stretch. I know that my hips are is not as mobile, and of course, golf turn. And turning the hips, and I find myself really stiff, and it takes me about 4 holes to get loose. How would I apply your product, or would it be acceptable to put it on that region and the hip region, to get that mobility maybe a little bit looser? Is the menthol, is that what it's going to do to kind of loosen me up to be a little bit more free when I'm out there?
Well, I think you could use either the cream or the roll-on. In that particular scenario. What that's going to do is going to take the inflammation out of those areas. So one, it's going to give you a little bit more flexibility. Now,
Perfect.
if you told me that, hey, Mike, after the 9th hole, my shoulder starts really acting up, it's giving out a little bit. What I would suggest is actually using the tape then. If your hips on your swing, your hip wants to pop out after the 10th hole, it's better to use the tape preventatively and tape up your hips prior to.
That makes sense.
The cream and the roll-on is light duty, and the tape is heavy duty. If
Got
you've
it.
got a knee that pops out of joint, if you tape it into place, you're going to have no problem.
Love that.
If you end up walking the course, depending,
I
unfortunately, I'm
actually
at
do.
that age
So,
where I'm driving on the course all the time.
yeah.
But if you are walking and you got some type of foot issue, plantar fasciitis, some type of bone spur, I would recommend the tape also over the cream and over the roll-on, because one, it's going to really penetrate much faster. And one thing I didn't mention to either one of you is what's great about creams and roll-ons, the bioavailability of whatever amount of milligrams that you use, you're only really receiving 20%. Now at 20%, our product works super effective. But now wait for this one. Can I get a drum roll? All right. Our tape, our patches, you receive 75 to 80% of the bioavailability. That's incredible. It's
Wow.
unheard of. And that's what really makes our kinesiology products really superior over the rest.
That's great. So when you guys were talking about golf, my game is thumbs. I play on the computer. So I can't relate. I'm sure my thumbs need some love though.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, we are at a major college undergoing clinical trials right now. And it's funny that you said thumbs. Thumbs are what we're going after. We're doing lots of different testing. The college, I can't mention it right now until the testing is completely over. But we are finding out that a lot of people are having thumb problems, arthritic problems, and
That's
those
me.
little patches will do a number for you. The
Well,
cream is excellent. It helps, soak into the hands. Plus, when we had this COVID scare and everybody was using hand sanitizers like it was free and their hands were getting dried up, if you got dry feet, you can rub our creams on both of them and it will take the cracking away in just days.
That's great. And I would think you have an automatic audience up and coming because everybody that grew up with a phone in their hand since they're 12 and they
Yeah.
text with their two thumbs are going to be your client.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
you should
ask
be
you-
marketing now.
I was going to ask you demographically right now. I mean, the Gen Xers, baby boomers are probably, and not to be, I'm just guessing, but is that your primary clientele right now? And then the young people are for preventative maintenance. How's that work, Mike?
Well, I gotta say, we don't discriminate on age. Unfortunately, everybody in their lifetimes, they get to feel a little bit of pain. Some of us feel it a little more than others. When it comes to youth, we let the parents make the decisions for the kids. And as we get past 18, as a company, there is no regulations for cannabinoids. But what we do as a company is we run everything through an FDA, GMP, NSF facility to make sure that when it does come time for the first FDA approval to come out, we're first in line. We do
Awesome.
everything like if we were an FDA company, but unfortunately just can't get approved yet.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. So I assume all those letters and acronyms mean great, great, and greater. That's what I heard.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So Mike, where does somebody find your product? Are you in stores or do you have a website or how do they find you? Because I'm pretty confident from this podcast alone and knowing your product, using it personally, you're going to have a lot of new clients.
Oh, absolutely. From your mouth to God's ears, we're one of the best hidden secrets, unfortunately, to really changing people's lives so they can really feel the relief that they need. But we're in about 360 shoe stores across the country. So we launched our business in the comfort footwear. We've just recently moved into the running sector, which you'll now find us. And we just got finished with this Racket X, and we probably picked up 100 new pro shops. So, we can be found there. And if you can't find us at any of those 3 spots, you can always go to www.aleafproducts.com.
We'll put that link in the bio. Yeah, we'll put that link.
Wellness recovery products.
So aleafproducts.com with an S.
Yes, sir.
A.LEAF Products with an S.
Yep.
Because you have more than one item that you sell. Makes sense. So I guess the obvious one, and the swag guys are really happy you joined us tonight, and thanks so much for sharing.
Well, hold on. Before we get off, I need to thank you guys also. I just did this event, and I had the swag guys make me some t-shirts. I had them make me some wristbands, and I'll tell you, we had people lined up to get this product. It was super amazing. It was excellent quality, and we'll continue to use them for all of our promotional items.
Oh, that's great. We really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it.
So we know also we've seen sales coming through. I guess you put some special graphics up that are related to lifestyle because that's your brand, and you put your logo, and they look really good. Very sharp job. So whoever your graphic artist is or your social media person, they're doing a tremendous job for your brand, and we're proud to have you as a partner. I'm sure Jack agrees. I'll let Jack take the mic, probably wrap us up. Most people want to eat some dinner now. Go ahead, Jack.
So, Mike, first of all, thank you. Outstanding information. And I got myself a nice education on the benefits of cannabinoids. But, just going back to art for just a brief moment, one of the things that we deal with in our print on demand industry, the fact that we are fully automated, fully robotic, it's incredible how much art. Now, we proof every art. That's one of our services that we provide that a lot of POD companies don't do. We look at every piece of art before it goes ready to print. And we want to make sure it has the right DPI. It's got to be 300 DPI, transparent background, and then the vibrancy that you're speaking of that came across your shirts. Well, that's why we give it a little extra TLC to every piece of art that comes in before we put it into production. So thank you for mentioning that. So
no problem. It was my pleasure. Everything came out perfect. They even, they under promised and over delivered.
Well, we appreciate that. Yep.
The day is Jack and Barry. Nice job, Jack.
No, that's not just them. It's the swag guys.
The swag guys. That's right. Well, look, hey, I just want to shout out. If you're watching this show, you find it interesting, please give us a like. Make sure that you share. Follow us, because we're going to have more people on like Mike. We're always in search of the next, newest, latest, and greatest people out there. Just drop us a line at support@theswagguys.com, support@theswagguys.com, and say, I'm interested in getting on your podcast. I have a product that I would love to talk to you about. We'll have a quick 15-minute conversation to vet you to make sure that it's something that's applicable for Barry and I to bring you on. But we would absolutely love to have new people on out there, similar to what Mike has. And Mike's been in business for a while, but to Mike's point, he wants to get out there. He's trying to attract a bigger audience. We would love to help you like we're helping Mike. And again, Mike, we want nothing but success for you, A.LEAF, your products, what you have to offer, because I think what you're doing, we love that philosophy about changing people's lives, and it's our motto as well. And so, this has been a good relationship, and we hope to continue it with you in the future, have you on future podcasts. So I'll give you some personal testimonials. I put some tape on my hips because I try to struggle through my golf game. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Excellent. Hey, I'm guaranteeing you to shave 3 strokes.
I'll take it. My next door neighbor kicks my butt all the time, and I probably need more like 20 strokes, but it's all good. It's all good. Mike, again, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Barry, as always, my friend, till next time.
Till next time.
Guys. Thanks again
Take
for
care,
everything.
guys.
Nice job. Thank you all.